Hello, my name is Robert Lunte, and through my vocal technique training program, I help singers all over the world every day learn how to train to build the motor skills to be able to sing seamlessly from the chest voice, through the vocal break, and into the head voice with no choking, no squeezing, no constriction, and no windy falsetto sounds. I invite you to take a look at my vocal training program, and I look forward to hearing from you.
What's going on there? All right, I'm going to share my screen. Here to the training page. It's going right down here to the warm-ups. Can I ask everybody to get on your warm-ups page? Because I want to go through these. This is important. This is what I want to cover today. It'll be good use of our time. Has everybody got, yeah, you guys have a keyboard, and are you logged in here? Ross, thank you. True, your video's whacking out a bit. All right, so yeah, you got to turn on. You got to unmute. That's better. Yeah. Again, I asked the team, are you on the training page? I'm sharing my screen. Are you on this page? Are you guys looking here?
Yeah.
Let's make sure we are.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warming up the voice.
So I'm on the Four Pillars Singing training page. I know you all have access to that. And the link for that is inside the resources as well. And if I click on this, we go here. We get this guy, track and track.
Could you tell me the number for track and track? Because I'm on the page. I'm scrolling.
Yeah, of course. Inside the course, it has a number, but I am on the I'm on the training page, right, guys? Do we all understand that we've got out here at the library, you've got the course content, and then you have the training content, right? Which is a training page. Are we clear on that? That's sort of something you learn on the first day. Just want to make sure. Lisa, you clear on that?
Training.
All right. Cool. All right.
Okay, I got it.
That's me. I got to pull up my Google Translator. Here it comes. I'm going to do some Russian today. Cool. All right. For sure. It absolutely makes it more fun. Okay. All right. It's awkward silence here. Let's just get going. All right. We're going to go right into track and track. Okay. Track and track is, for those of you that are veterans, real quick, feel like picking on Kaz again. Kaz, what is the, are you familiar with the warm-up track and track? I sure hope you are.
I really am, yeah.
Okay. Okay, great.
Track is using the consonants.
Yeah, okay. All right. So what we're gonna do today, thank you. We're gonna go over the warm-up routine, the warm-up sequence. Vocalist Studio, the course, everything. It has this really great warm-up sequence that is a what I call a compound training routine. Compound meaning it's 3 training routines in one bundle. It's a bundle of routines of workouts. We call it a compound. So we have a compound training routine that goes back to the very early days. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. All right. And a lot of great singers have been doing this. And it's 3 workouts. It's track and track inside your program. It's track and release, the workout, not to be confused with track and release, the onset. That could be a little confusing. You notice we go down here to the onsets and we have an onset called the track and release onset. And we've done that, buzzing off a nasal. The track and release workout is similar. It's similar in that, how is it similar, Jim? How is the track and release workout and the track release onset, although they're different, they do share something that in common. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Jim.
What do they share and what is different?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that you hold that for track you hold, but that's a guess.
Okay. I just got to fix my lighting here real quick. Hang on, guys. Video settings. Lighting. Auto. That's what we're gonna get. Okay. True.
Yes.
Give us the truth. What is the similarity of the track and release workout and the track and release onset, please? Jeopardy music. Boom. You don't. No, that's not it. Lisa.
I don't understand the question.
All right, guys, I'll tell you. All right, it's simple. It's simple. So they both track. They both are tracking off a nasal. All right, so the track release onset or off an N or an M. These are nasals. We talked about how important buzzing with cry mode can be through a nasal and then releasing the vowel and the resonance, right? That's the track and release onset. We're clear on that. So track and the track and release, the track and release workout is just buzzing off a nasal and releasing the resonance, just like the onset, but on a scale. That's all, on a scale. All right. And then we have release and sustain, I believe is what we're calling it. Yes, release and sustain. So to release means what, Lisa, in our TVS language? What does it to mean to release? What are we releasing? What are we releasing?
Oh,
This is a track and release onset.
buzzing. It's a buzzing in your nose. Yes.
Releasing the note, the actual singing note.
Better, but not quite right.
Resonance.
Yeah, we're releasing the resonance, aren't we? Sound waves. Okay. All right. Good. So release and sustain has no tracking. It has no buzz. Okay. It's just releasing immediately into the resonance, and then we sustain. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys again here. I'm going to change my view to speaker. There we go. I think that'll be a little better. Okay. Go to speaker. I'm going to go here, share my screen. Boom. There. I'm going to bring this up. Okay. We will start track and track. Wish I had my mic with me, but that's okay. Don't need it. It's only a luxury. Okay, bring this down. I am now going to do this for you guys. All right? The track and track warm up. Let's review how we train. This is for all these workouts. We got the video of Coach Rob. All right, here we are on your, all right, demonstrating. Okay, we're not going to sit and watch the video. You guys can do that on your own time. I demonstrate it. Then we go down here and we have the notes, the notation. Important to point out, you don't have to be a great music note reader to get benefit from that. Maestro Kyle told me one day when I was about 15 years old, and when I asked him, well, I don't read music. He says, it doesn't matter. When the notes go up, you go up. When the notes go down, you go down. It's just a pattern, okay? And then down here is the solo piano workout content, right? that are fast, slow, men, women. Women meaning it starts 5 notes higher. Here we go. I happen to be a man. Last time I checked. So we're going to go men, and we're going to do the slow version. Okay, you guys ready? I know you are. Here we go.
Your audio is getting very, very strange. I think because maybe it can't handle the both things at once.
Audio, front of the house. Jim, what do we got?
As soon as you put on the piano accompaniment, everything got strange.
All right, let me check let me fix my settings real quick. My audio settings. We're getting better at this. Oh, that's why. Okay. I understand why. I think this will be better. All right, let's try this again. Okay, I'll take it from the top. Thank you, Jim. So what am I thinking of as I start this? Notice the body language. And you notice when I first started demonstrating with you guys, by the way, the Ziggy Stardust outfit, I was going to go for a run, but I'll do that later. Sorry about that. So when I started doing this, I was sort of leaning forward, okay, kind of focusing on the Skype call, right? And then I caught myself, and I'm like, oh shit, I better sit up straight if I'm going to do this properly. All right, we want good, sit up straight, get good posture. All right, so I'm going to try this again. Here we go from the top. I am buzzing off the nasal, but I'm doing one more thing. Somebody, True, tell me what's the other thing that has to be done as I'm buzzing on the nasal. Come on now. We talk about it on every lesson. I have to configure my vocal folds into a unique specialized position, and we call this what? Can't hear you. Mute.
Is it cry mode?
It is cry mode. Let's go. Okay. I have to whimper like a puppy. Here I go. Can you guys hear that? Yay. Okay. We'll keep going. Whimper like a puppy. Class, can you still hear me? Is it still working okay? Audio fine? Okay, great. Thank you, Jim. Notice, you see me, I'm not just, it's not a put on. I'm not exaggerating. I'm literally trying to, while I'm teaching you guys, I'm trying to do it properly, which is, you see me adjusting my posture. I want to get up straight. You see me doing this. Okay, this is me speaking to myself. I'm reminding myself to cry. Literally. It's not a put on for you. You get benefit from that maybe, but I'm literally just coaching myself. Keep whimpering, keep whimpering, keep whimpering. The other thing I want you to notice is that I take my breath. This is important. You might want to write this down. That I take my breath. I inhale for the workout on the and of 4. On the and of 4. What does that mean? This little scale is in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So that's where I get the 4. Those are quarter notes. Sharing my screen. Remember we were talking about the notes? These are not quarter notes. Those are not quarter notes. My apologies. But I'm counting it in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I subdivide 4 quarter notes and I count it in 8 notes, not 4, but 8s, then we get, this is cool, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if I speed it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put that in the 8s, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Now, I'm no drummer, but I think you get the point. I'm subdividing it. So when I'm doing the workout, and this is for every single workout on this program, every one of these workouts you do, they all have a rhythm. It's not real music, but it's still musical. So they all have a rhythm to them. And not all. Some of them are in 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's some 3/4 stuff in here. There's some 6/8 stuff in here for fun. Most of it's 4/4. Back to the point. To breathe, you're going to inhale and take the air on the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's the upbeat of 4, or the and of 4 is when you're going to breathe. This is critical. This is important. When I taught for so many years in Seattle, there would be timing problems, or I get emails from students. Well, it's going by too fast. We'll try the slow one. Well, it's still not working because I'm running out of air, or I don't know when to take air. It's a simple problem to fix. Just inhale on the upbeat, the last 8th note, the last subdivision of the last note in the measure. So we'll go back here. Watch me do this. Other things to put in your notes, please. Make sure that your lips are vibrating. Your lips must vibrate or tickle. Okay, if your lips are not, if you're doing this and you're just like the onset, if it's woofy and you're not gaining sound energy to vibrate your lips, you're doing it wrong. It's a really super important. True. Lisa, that you make your lips vibrate and tickle when you do this, because it means that the energy, the sound energy, the resonance is bouncing off your lips forward, which is where we want it, not down in your throat. Are you guys with me so far? Super important. If you don't do this warm-up properly, then all this other stuff that follows, all these other workouts that follow will be throaty, clunky, pushy. It's not going to work for you. The warm-up has to be done properly. Lisa, are you catching what I'm laying down? Lisa, making sense for you?
Oh.
Does it make sense? Lisa, do you understand, Lisa?
Make sense. It is what?
What I'm talking about, what I'm teaching. Are you understanding the English?
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
Вам нужно, чтобы ваши губы вибрировали.
Okay.
I understand.
All right. Let's continue.
Thank you.
Let's continue. All right. As I go higher, it's going to get more interesting. Right there. Right there. You may not hear it, but listen closely. I'm starting to get to a point in my workout where the physiology has to change. It has to adapt to the frequency that I'm going to, and it's more difficult. So if I'm on a lower frequency all day long, as I go higher in frequency, generally speaking, what happens, Jim? As we go higher, generally speaking, things get... Unmute, Jim.
You mean as you get into the passaggio?
That's part of the, yeah. As we get higher, yes, keep coming. Things get...
well, things get, for me, they get much more difficult as you get to passaggio.
Right there. Yes, they get more difficult. And is it only for you, Jim?
I doubt it, but definitely me.
Okay, just right there. It's not only for you, Jim. That's why we're all here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue. So I'm getting chest voice, head voice, vocal break, passaggio in the middle. In my workout, I'm starting to get to my passaggio. I'm getting close. Okay. And if I keep the same physical sensation down here where it's easier as I get to my passaggio, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm going to get choky. It's going to push. It's going to break. All right. So what am I doing as I get through my, how do I get through my, how do I make my buzz go through the vocal break, through the hard part? Well, several things. I'm going to keep buzzing, keep going forward. But in regards to cry mode true, I'm going to cry harder. I'm going to cry harder into the passaggio.
Когда я поднимусь выше, я буду плакать сильнее в вокальной паузе.
Yes.
I think I understand.
We're just having fun. We have a whole bunch of Russians on this one day. Easy down here. La, 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 la. Tricky right there. I'm leaning in. Cry harder through the passaggio. Whimper like a puppy. Whimper like a puppy. Yes. It's actually a good demonstration. So again, it should sound seamless, right? That's sort of the point, right? We expect it to be seamless. But on the inside, it's not easy. It's a little trick. You have to cry into it to make it work. Everybody understanding that? Yes? Great. True. You had a funny look in your eye. You understand? No? You're cool? All right. Great. So then what I want to do is let's practice this. I want to do the track and track. Okay. We're going to pause. You're going to make your lips vibrate and tickle up front. You're going to whimper like a puppy. All right. And as you go through the passaggio and get higher, you're just going to give it more technique. Oz, you just volunteered yourself. Here we go. Can you can you put on the content, buddy? And just do a track and track, okay, at the slow speed.
Okay.
From the G up through the passaggio, take it to, from G to G or something like that. Let's see if we can nail that. Okay.
Okay. Let me see here, because I've got the track up here. I'm not sure where on the counter that would be at.
Oh, just start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah. Real quick, Oz. Time out, buddy. Time out, real quick. Are you getting amplification on that 104?
I just turned it on in the middle of that. So
you
now,
are.
yes.
Okay, very interesting that you're getting a wireless signal through that condenser system. That's an interesting trick. I don't know how you're doing that, but I'd love to learn more about that wireless system. It's cool.
Yeah, I think actually you recommended it.
Oh, okay. Please continue. Please continue. All right. Keep going as I coach you. Forward. Good time. Good. Yeah. Oz, that's good. Nice job. So he went through his passaggio at around E flat in the male voice, around E flat 4. And as did you guys hear that? He didn't just try to push it with no cry mode or without proper resonance. When he got to the passaggio, you could hear it. It's very subtle. Only we could hear that, by the way, me and my students, because we're trained to listen for it. But did you hear that as he got to the passaggio? Did you hear that when he did it? Guys? Yeah. Jim, this is something you really need to work on, Jim. This is part of your solution, Jim. Is thinning out those folds as you get to the passaggio. All right? Lisa, why don't you try it? You want to try it? Let's try it.
Oh.
So go to the training content, go to ladies, women, and women slow.
Here. Just a minute.
Okay. Take it from the top. Start anywhere. More forward. Time out. Time out. Time out. Just pause. Pause.
Oh, where is my what?
All right. Nice job. I'm going to ask you to continue. Real quick, let's just take a break real quick. You see all the sign language going on. This when we start training and we're on Zoom calls, that's where the sign language comes from, right? Okay. So chest voice, vocal break, head voice, cry mode, continue on, keep going, cover, forward, resonate forward. Okay. Lisa, great job. One thing. Do both scales in one breath. Do both scales. Yeah. Did you notice that, Kaz? Yeah. Yep. Do both scales in one breath. Don't take a second breath into the second scale. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. As they say in Montpellier, on y va. Again.
One breath and
Again. Yes. One breath.
Снова.
Nova. One breath. One breath.
One
One breath. One breath.
second. Ow.
Одно дыхание.
This-
Одно дыхание.
I don't. I
You know what? You're doing great. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. But do one breath, okay? Continue, please. Continue. Wait. Time out. Time out. So Lisa and Oz, we would continue on, and you'd work down, do another octave, and continue up. We're just only doing little nuggets so that everybody gets a chance to do this. Lisa, that was well done. Yes. How did that feel?
I feel that my vocal folds is close better when I do this exercise.
Yeah. That's part of the point. Yes. Great job. Really very good. Who's next? Kaz, True, Jim. Jim, seems like you haven't had a chance to do some airtime for a while. So you want to give it a try, Jim?
Sure.
All right. And
let me get the page back.
Yeah, okay. And then Jim, thin it out, baby. Thin it out. Like, just lean into it. Give it hell. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you go to your training page, track, and click male slow.
Why can I not? Oh, track. There it is. I got it. Track slow, men's.
Jim, time real quick.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Sound check. Go to your sound settings, throttle back to suppression, please.
Throttle back to suppression.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same advice that you give me.
I know. That's why I'm.
Preferences, audio.
All right. I'm on original sound for musicians. Maybe I'll switch it to high fidelity music mode.
Yeah, put it on low. Yeah, get it. The musician thing doesn't do anything for musicians. So go to the low setting.
All right. Advanced. Nope. Back. Let me try this. I just switch it to high fidelity music mode. Zoom optimized audio.
Jim,
let's see what happens. Yes.
Preferences, audio.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Background noise suppression.
I'm for some reason I'm not seeing that.
Click on audio. Click on audio.
No, I'm on audio. I mean, I see the microphone and.
Look right below that. Look right below that, and you'll see background noise suppression. You got low, medium, and high. Set it to low.
Maybe because nope, I don't see it. It's very strange.
Let's go ahead and continue on. I want to remind the team that Oz did a video on this for us, didn't you, Oz?
Yeah, but some applications, different PCs, there's variations to it from what I've noticed, because even before I didn't have some of the options on here previously.
Oh, yes. All right. Team, make sure that you update your Zoom. If you go out and update your Zoom, sometimes people don't regularly update. Don't do it now, but after our lesson, everybody update their Zoom. Jim, let's continue.
All right. So hopefully this will be different.
It's all right. We'll deal with it. Just go ahead and give it a try.
All right. Back to the page. Here we go. Can you hear that?
It's okay. Much better, Jim. Cry. Fight for it, Jim. Fight for it. Stretch into it. Don't poke at it. Stretch it. One more. You're doing great, Jim. Time, Jim. Time.
How was that?
Jim. Well, what's that?
Oh, it's G sharp, right?
Connected, pretty much. Maybe not perfect, but gosh darn, Jim, that was really good.
Good. I mean, yeah, I mean, this was something I couldn't do even 6 months ago. I think I couldn't do this.
Just,
Yeah.
Class, people that are watching this, Jim is just like moving a red brick. I mean, there's just no movement, no fluidity. It's like just pushing a brick down the sidewalk. Now, the fluidity, it's rolling, it's moving. Why is it so much better? And by the way, apart from singing, regardless of singing, so much healthier. Like your vocal folds have lost weight. Why? Because it's like yoga. It's like the cry mode, guys, is sort of like yoga for the vocal folds. Really. It's yoga for the vocal folds. It stretches the vocal folds. It makes it limber, flexible, stretchy. So you're able to thin out. You're able to thin out, Jim. I don't have my rubber band with me. Sorry, guys. You're able to thin out. And that keeps the vocal folds together through the passaggio. Jim, it's some of the best I've ever heard you do.
Good. Thank you.
And we know you've worked hard on it. Jim has actually, by the way, been practicing really hard.
Yeah, this past few months has not been great, but because of coming to the class and doing the attack and release, the dampen and release on top of the quack and release.
Yeah.
Because I was working on the quack and release for months and months and months and months. And then I started adding in dampen and release and attack and release with the descending fifths.
Yeah.
And in just in the past couple of weeks, things started to kind of open up a little bit, like the F sharp and G started getting.
But did I tell you in the previous lesson about attack and release? Personally, same thing.
Yeah, that was a good story. That was a good story that actually was very inspiring to me.
Attack and release helps with that flexibility. But it's blunt force. So we want to get the vocal fold. We want to get the vocal folds to thin out, to be flexible, right? We all understand that. All right. So how do we get the vocal folds to be flexible and to thin out and to be like a gymnast? How do we turn the vocal folds into a gym, into a yoga routine? Okay. How do we do that? Well, we have different techniques. The attack and release onset, the glottal attacks that we talked about in the previous lesson, it's sort of like I'm imagining as a metaphor. I'm imagining we're in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen, and we have a piece of meat. Okay, big piece of meat, and we have what do you call it? A meat tenderizer. A meat tenderizer. And what do we do to the piece of meat to tenderize the meat? You pound on it. You pound on it. You give it blunt, brute force. And it tenderizes that tissue. The attack and release onset is the meat tenderizer of the vocal folds. It just beats it in the submission. And I know that sounds, maybe that sounds scary or dangerous. People watching this might hear that and think, oh, that sounds scary. I don't want to beat my vocal folds in the submission with a meat tenderizer. It's just a metaphor, but it's all going to be fine. It's all going to be perfectly fine if you're beating the tenderizer and you add to it what, Oz?
Air.
Okay.
Compression.
Air. Frequency.
Air and compression.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 6 good answers. Again, cry mode. If you thin it out, if you're doing glottal attacks with cry mode, you'll be okay. Anyways, fantastic, Jim. I'm excited because that's a success story. You're doing what I asked you to do, and your vocal folds are starting to get limber. It's just great. It's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, just for the people who don't know, just now almost got to G sharp, but the first lesson, man, like E flat was a nightmare. Like E flat things just like hitting a brick wall. Like
a middle C on our first.
Yeah, it was rough. It was definitely rough.
So the lesson here, what this is it just goes to show you it's just a physical system, and it's about a lot of things. But one of the things, it's, for all of us, we want to get the vocal folds limber and stretchy. Okay. All right. Cool. And then so many things happen for us. That's just great. I know, I'm really excited about that. That's a win for me too. Okay. So thank you for all your hard work, Jim. That's great. Who's next? Kaz, True. I know that you've been truthful in your homework. Have you been doing your homework, True?
Half truthfully.
All right. Do you understand what we're talking about here? Did you want to give it a try?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
My friend, go.
Oh, should I do the
Yes.
the slow one or the
Do the
one?
slow.
Okay.
Do the slow. And by the way, just for people that are the 2 things I want to say for you, the class, and for anybody that's watching this thing, especially people that are watching it that are not my students, they might not understand this. Guys, when we're doing the buzzing thing today in the warm-up. The next step, the next thing in the warm-up routine is track and release, where we release the resonance. All right. So that setup, that thinned out, buzzy position that we're talking about today, if you open your mouth and release sound, then what you release is the product, and everything's, really nice at that point. Okay. So that'd be the next step. Don't know if we'll get to it today very much, because I want my class to be able to all get a chance to feel this through the kinesthetics. But that's where this is going. All right. So behind that buzziness, behind that buzziness is a great product ready to be released. That's got to make that really clear. All right, True. Go ahead, buddy. Let's see you do it. Posture. Don't poke it. Stretch it. Don't punch at the top note. Thin out into it. Don't punch at the top note. Thin out into it. Time out. All right. So True, first of all, I want to tell you you're doing okay. Right? It's not all wrong. It's mostly right. Okay. And it's just that a couple things. And this is for everybody. This is for everyone. When we train vocal scales, aside from the sirens, glissando sirens don't apply. But when we train vocal scales, there's notes, right? It's like a stair step. Da, 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 da. I'm climbing up the stairs. Now I'm climbing down the stairs. One note at a pokey time. All right. Scales tend to be sort of punchy and pokey. If you don't pay attention, they shouldn't be. It's not what we want. But students will tend to poke and punch at each note as it gets higher. I'm gonna punch and poke. Don't do that. Try not to do that. The Italians have a term that we're familiar with that's popular in music that is the opposite of punching and poking, okay? And it's part of what makes beautiful singing beautiful. Somebody, what is the one word from Italian that means beautiful connectedness? The opposite of poking, the opposite of staccato. The opposite of staccato would be what? Somebody.
Legato.
Thank you, Jim. Staccato means it's one at a time. Legato is it's connectedness, it's fluidness. You still hear the notes of the scale, you still hear the scale, but they're connected. From a very conscious effort to vocalize, train, and sing with legato. All right. You guys understand that? It's a term you probably all heard before, legato. Okay. So, True, what I want you, you're doing great. I'll give you a B plus. I'll give you an A minus or an A plus if you'll do the buzzy buzz with more legato, more connectedness, more legato. Don't poke at the notes. Sort of blend them all together. Okay, Oniva.
From the start of the thing, of the track, or from where I was?
No. Rewind just a smidge. Maybe go back a few notes and try again. Yeah.
What?
That is legato. Yeah, I want some cry mode. We got to thin out. Let's go. Thin out. More. Lighten the mass. Lighten the mass. Too heavy. Lighten the mass. Lighten the mass. All right, True. Light it. There you go. That's it. Time out. Okay. So twice this morning we've witnessed with Jim, who has thick folds, but they're getting more and more flexible and lovely. And True, who has thicker folds, sort of new to this. We saw that as we got to the vocal break, we got to bridging the voice where it gets hard, that when I say the higher you go, the harder you cry, that also means when you're training early on, for all of us at different levels, the higher you go, the harder you fight cry mode. Did you notice that when I told Jim, fight it, pull, and with True, it's not just cry more, it's at this beginner level, pull it. Just like sitting on the floor doing yoga. You got to stretch it a little bit further every single day, and it might hurt a little bit. You'll feel it. Maybe it doesn't really, it's not pain, it doesn't hurt, but you feel it, right? You're going to drive it just a little bit each day. That's what we need. Did you notice that, True? When I told you, when I sort of barked at you and I said, fight it, you went all in. And when you did that, it didn't hurt. It didn't break. It thinned out just a little bit more, and you kind of got through. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did.
That's what we're doing. True.
I'm sorry. Something that you had said to me that helped me a lot was the taffy stretching. The taffy stretching machines. I found that helpful.
Yeah, Jim, you're an expert at this. Jim's been doing this forever. Like in terms of like fighting that and like taking cry mode to an extreme to force the mechanism to give it what you're telling it to do. Jim's really good at that. He's the class expert at fighting vocal fold thinning. There's no doubt about that. Aren't you, Jim? Yeah. So sometimes it feels like a broken record in our class. It's cry mode. I kind of wish it wasn't always. We'll get to other things, and there's other things like resonance and embouchure that are important. But if you don't set the vocal folds in the proper configuration first, okay, well, second, after frequency first. And then if you don't get your vocal folds set properly, you're just going to do this. You're just going to do this over and over and over again. Okay. So anyways, you guys did a great job today. Everyone. Fantastic. Kaz, you didn't get a chance to do it. Do you want to try it real quick, or maybe do some sirens or what have you? All right. Let's do it real quick.
I'll just do a quick one.
Yeah, sure. You got experience. Show us how it's done. Show us how it's done, Kaz.
You actually helped me a little bit, because I used to think when I first started, I had to really put my diaphragm in. And then I realized it's actually quite relaxing. You just have to relax and then let the cry mode take over. And eventually it just goes like that. And then you think, but that sounds a bit strange, but it feels liberating.
As it should. It should. One more tip for you, True. You're a little bit heavy. When I said lighten the mass, will you go into the course program, and I want you to watch a lesson there called it's a lesson. It's just your homework, True. The Mass of a Phonation. It's a lecture. The Mass of a Phonation. Will you go to that?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
I see it, yeah.
All you guys go watch that, but especially True. Okay, The Mass of a Phonation. It's just a weight. It's fictitious. It's visual. It's visual stuff. Okay. It's meaning you're driving and you're pushing a little too hard. You're grinding a little too hard, and that's getting in the way of your cry mode responding better. Okay? You're a little heavy. You're a little grindy and on the folds. You're a little heavy. I want you to lay back, like Kaz said. Chill it out. Lay back, and thin out instead of this other instinct where we kind of want to push and grind. Okay, so watch Master the Phonation. Kaz, are you ready? Let's do it.
Muted.
Mute.
I'm not afraid. No, sorry about that.
Okay, time out. Kaz, nicely done.
Sorry. Thanks.
You're nicely done. We can see that you've done this before, that you're sort of an experienced track and track student. So nice job. It got just a touch, just a hint punchy as you got to your passaggio, but just remember to thin out. And it's weird. The body wants to, the instinct is to punch at the top notes for all of us. That's just sort of what the body wants to do. It wants to fight and sort of punch at the top note. Be conscious of not doing that and get into a different habit, which is a little bit weird. It takes a little bit of practice, and it's a little bit of a mental game to cry into the high frequencies, not push and punch and poke. Any questions?
Robert, I was going to mention something that kind of helped me in the past.
Okay.
The pulse and release onset kind of put me in a perspective where I could understand that any sound that I need to reproduce, I can produce at a light mass. Because I know a lot of times, like how you've seen, it's like sometimes we try to overcompensate to reach a note or to move forward in the palette when we're trying to basically create more mass, push harder, and we're doing the exact opposite of what we're really trying to do or what we need to do. With the pulse and release, it actually got me into a habit of, okay, I can release this note with really light mass. I don't need a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And then I started to see if I was putting too much energy, that's when all the constriction came in.
Great. This is great. Thank you. So he's right. True. Pulse and release. The pulse and release onset, we haven't gone over it yet. Go watch the video in the lesson. Just do it. Pulse and release is just an onset with vocal fry. All right. So this is vocal fry. Vocal fry. Okay. Vocal fry. In academic circles, in schools and scientists, they don't say vocal fry. Really, they say pulse. So pulse, vocal fry, same thing. Okay, so in the book program, we call it what it's the more scientific version, pulse and release. Now, the pulse and release, we're on overtime right now. Hopefully this is value for you. I was late, my apologies. Thank you for your grace and your patience, team. Pulse and release onset. The pulse and release onset thins the vocal folds a little bit. So if you want to do an onset that is leaning into vocal fold thinning, cry mode, pulse and release onset. 1, 2. The pulse and release onset has another name. It's that we call it the light mass onset. That's it. Pulse and release, vocal fry and release. When you do that, when you release resonance from vocal fry, you get a light mass phonation. That's why it's also called the light mass onset. The other reason, too, you would train the pulse and release onset is to practice light mass phonations. Good point, Oz. Thanks for bringing that up. I did an entire tour in Europe. But every tour has a different theme, kind of a different theme. There's the dampen and release tour. There's the twang tour. There was the vocal distortion tour. And we did a tour that was about mass. Light mass, medium mass, and we talked about other things, but that was sort of, that was on the poster. That was the new album. All right. So it's important. So be thinking about mass. All right. Homework. I'm going to write it into the chat system. Can you guys see the chat system in the Zoom here? Okay. Let's do it this way. Homework let's everyone to practice the track and track warm up. Do I have to say buzz, get forward, cry mode? You know that already, okay? But I will say this. Remember, the higher you go, I guess I'm repeating myself, it's fine. The higher you go, the harder you cry into the note, the high note. Practice, since Oz brought it up. View the lecture. The mass of a phonation, or something like that. Practice the pulse and release onset. What else did we talk about today? Anybody?
Just a quick technical Zoom note. I found out why I couldn't see the options because I had it on original sound for musician instead of Zoom auto, so anyway, I figured it out. For next time.
Thanks. Which reminds me of the other homework assignment. Update your Zooms. Update your Zooms so that we're on the latest thing and you're not missing a feature. Okay. This lesson is brought to you by the good people at Mojave Microphones. They make this great mic right here. It's the MAD. Seriously, it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. If you're looking for a great kick-ass microphone with smooth coloration, get the MAD, which I did not have the opportunity to use today because I'm on vacation, but I absolutely love that microphone right there. I have about 65 mics in my collection. I collect microphones, and this is in the top 5. It's up there with the Sennheisers and the Neumann, and really the best of class mics. All right, class, we're over time. Thank you for your patience again today. Sorry I was late. If we don't have any more burning questions, I'll take another question, then we got to go. I got to go for a run. All right, Kaz.
Just a quick question. You know, when you're training D notes, D, I found doing damp and release helps me quite a bit. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
When you, like literally the note,
I
don't understand what you're saying.
When you want me to do those, you know what you want me to do the octaves like C3, D3, E3, and then up to the F4. You know, you told me once to do that siren up to the F4, and then glissando back to the, which I hate because I'm not a low note person. But I've noticed when I do a bit of dampen and release and attack and release, it actually helps me get that note more into cry mode. Is that correct?
The low note? So
yeah.
Dampen and release.
It helps me better.
Okay, dampen and release, dampening the larynx will help everyone get lower range, especially ladies. Yes, for sure. Does dampen and release help you cry better? Not really. Not really. It's dampen and release, anchors, creates stability, adds coloration to the voice. Sort of like this microphone. This microphone has a smooth, warm coloration. Okay? Dampen and release gives our voice a smooth, warm coloration. But it's not really a cry mode tool. Cass. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Great job. Really, everybody did a great job today. Do your homework because in our next lesson, I want to revisit track and track, and then we'll go to track and release where we're going to buzz and release the resonance. And with proper tracking, we'll have a beautiful product. Cool. All right. Good job out. Love you guys. Great job today.
%of you are still choking, squeezing, pushing, and have instability problems when you sing high notes, especially when you try to bridge and connect from your chest voice to your head voice through the vocal break. But luckily for you, my team and I have developed the course that will help you. The 4 Pillars of Singing online course. The science that's in this program is current and cutting edge. It's my job to take the time-tested solutions and the science and bring it together, sort of turn it around in a way that is easier for the average guy to grasp. I've probably helped over 1 million singers worldwide in over 155 countries. I've done over 65 public master classes on these techniques, have over 26 certified teachers around the world, and have over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's working. If it wasn't, my teachers, investors, and students wouldn't be here to help us to get this message out to all of you. I am a member of the National Association of Teachers of Singing and the Voice Foundation, where I have spoken at the symposium in Philadelphia. This is a prestigious platform for only the most vetted teachers in the world. Here's exactly what you get from the 4 Pillars of Singing online course. The world's leading warm-up programs taught in the world's leading vocal training studios. The 5 most commonly used onsets that we see in our lyrics that will help you to map your singing. And lifetime access to this course. Once you get in, it's yours to use forever.